What's up, Base Boxing Basement? Triple B, like, subscribe, donate if you wish to, because it's a community-funded channel, because we shadow ban and stuff. Anyway, right. So, yeah, I'm just pouring through the weekend's action. Yeah. And where? Next on the menu, we have Agit Kabayel, the alleged German, the Zhilei Zhang, the alleged American. Well, they always Chinese power. They put, I mentioned this before, but I got to do it again. It's the hypocrisy of the modern elitists and media and the illogical. Well, it's illogical if you don't know what they're doing. They're trying to push an agenda. Once you understand the agenda, it's not illogical. What I'm talking about is the way that they keep on going about how German Kabayel is. All Germany's behind you. Germany can't wait for a new heavyweight champion. And Agit is looking at them going, why are you calling me German? Obviously, I think he was actually born in Germany. And all the normies go, oh, he's born there, so he's German. Right, that makes me Spanish. Because I was born there. But I never lived there. What a load of nonsense. I got no Spanish blood. Well, maybe a little, I think. I don't know. But nothing significant, right? So what nonsense. It's like that, as I said, that wild African Somalian who murdered those three girls, and all the lefties, instead of caring about the little girls, they're laughing, ha ha, you right-wingers were wrong, ha ha, he's actually Welsh, he's born in Welsh, he's Welsh, he's as Welsh as David Llewellyn. What nonsense. Anyway, yeah, they keep on going about Kabayel being German and wanting to be the first German heavyweight champion since Max Schmeling and all that. What a load of nonsense. He's clearly Kurdish. His culture's Kurdish. His blood is Kurdish. But, Kurds don't even have a country, right? That's the thing. They don't have a country. It should be between Iraq and Turkey, but it's not. Anyway, that's a tangent. And that's a red pill. And Zhilei Zhang, why don't they call him American? He lives in America. I think he's got US nationality now even. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I just checked. So Zhang lives in New Jersey with all his family and all that, But he's not, he's a resident. He hasn't got nationality. Okay, so yeah, you can say he's Chinese. Obviously, he is Chinese, but it doesn't matter where he lives or what his passport says. Obviously, he's Chinese. But Kabayel is obviously Kurdish, And also, they now call Berterbiev Canadian. He's got citizenship, and he's moved there, but he's from Russia. He's from that kind of Caucasus area. I mean, it's just nonsense the way that they rebrand these people according to their agenda. Anyway, so big Zhilei Zhang, Chinese power. He's Agit Kabayel from not Germany. Sorry, he from the Kurd. Kabayel, no, he's German. He's German. He's German. Look, he was born there and his passport says German. Yeah, go jump in the lake, lefties. You make me sick. You don't even know what you're talking about. You got no logic. You're just programmed ants. In fact, ants are more intelligent than you. Anyway, so now I don't like to brag. The Triple B does not like to brag. The Triple B doesn't like to brag, and the Triple B does not like to talk about himself in the third person. And he doesn't like people that talk themselves in the third person, like Ricky Hatton will do what Ricky Hatton thinks is best. And Lennox Lewis, hey, yeah, I'm British. Lennox Lewis is British and he's bad. Yeah, fruity Lennox. But yeah, so, I said, this is before the Mahmoudov fight, Aslamat Mahmoudov, which is the one where Kabayel exploded. But even before then, I made videos on it. I said, Kabayel is underrated. He's a really good boxer. He's got a super work rate. Yeah, I don't know what doctor he's working with, but he got an amazing work rate for a guy of his size, a heavyweight. Right? And I called, it was 9-1. And I said, Kabayel is this is a ridiculous price. Kabayel, has got a good chance in this fight. Maybe it should be 2-1 Kabayel. Jump on 9-1. And what happened? Kabayel battered the enormous Russian, the beast from the East, one of the world's ugliest people. And that's no diss against Mahmoudov, but he don't look human, does he? He looks like some kind of ginger yeti. Yeah. He's a scary-looking man, and I think he banged everyone out except one fighter. Yeah. He is basically, was regarded as a killer. But I'd seen him being stopped as a pro, and he's an amateur, sorry, and he was very crude. And I said, Cabelle's got a good chance. What happened? Cabelle won. Stopped him, battered him in full. And Cabelle Sanchez, the slick Cuban will be too good for Cabelle. It was 2-1. I said, no, jump on Cabelle. Another win. This fight, I got Cabelle at 2.75 against Zhang. The odds shifted. So by fight time, it was 1.62. He was the favourite. But I originally got him at 2.75, and I said, get on that. Yeah. And I hope some people listened, you know. If they want to make money, listen to the Triple B. Anyway, so I knew how good Kabayel was. And I thought, Zhilei, I did think, Zhilei in 4 rounds, or he'll gas. He will gas. And Kabayel will take over. I thought Kabayel would win on points because I didn't think he'd be able to stop Zhang because of his huge head. You know, he's so hard to hurt. But I was a bit freaked out when I saw Zhang's body never looks muscular, right? But he just had that extra sort of flab around the hips, which never looks good. Never looks good. I'm sure he loves his Chinese food. I love Chinese food. Chinese food. Well, there's loads of kinds of Chinese food. What you get over here is just Cantonese, you know. If you're a snob, they call it Cantonese garbage, but I love it. But there's China's huge, 1.5 billion people, you know. You think they've only got one kind of food? Of course they don't. The food we get in the West is mainly Cantonese, you know, from guys from Hong Kong especially. Yeah, so I was saying to Kabayel. I've been bigging him up for ages. He has been hurt once against Agron see if I can pronounce it. The Croatian Agron Smakici. I think that's how you say it. Smakici, you know, has been he had a half decent record. He's a puncher. 20 wins, 18 KOs, right? He's a puncher. And, you know, I thought, okay, Kabayel can be hurt. But, he's a gutsy guy. And being hurt, he came out to knock out Smakici next round, I think. So, you know, he wasn't over. I believe he was just hurt. Yeah, to my knowledge, Kabayel has not been dropped, right? And he's been fighting at a high level for years, you know. He won the EBU European Heavyweight Champion. That's the EU. I didn't realize Kurdistan was in the EU. Anyway, back in 2016, the EU is not the official. The EBU is the European Union Heavyweight title. It's for EU countries. It's not the actual European title. But he defended that. He beat Chisora on a majority decision. Okay. Christian Lewandowski was unbeaten. Rudenko he beat. Kevin Johnson. Everyone's beat Kevin Johnson. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there was no, real standout wins. The Chisora win's decent. But I'd seen him box, and I said this guy can fight. I said 2 years ago he would beat Gay J. He would beat Gay J. Okay? Gay J wouldn't go near Kabayel now. Anyway, so I called him early. And big up to the Chittle B. It's like when I call up Jay or Pattaya early, and people didn't listen when they should have done. Now, Zhilei Zhang. So Zhilei Zhang had a massive weight advance. Almost 50 pounds he had on Kabayel. And Kabayel always maintains the same kind of weight. And during the fight, he showed exceptional work rate. And he always goes to the body, Kabayel. And that's what I like. In heavyweights, a lot of guys just don't go to the body. Just don't hit. Even in any weight, you know. I was frustrated at seeing some of the fights. You know, what's that guy? Virgil Ortiz just left his body open here, and his hands way up by his head and his elbows up. And Madrimov just wasn't hitting him to the body. Very weird, right? But Kabayel hits the body. He works the body. He basically put Mahmoud over with body shots and head shots, you know. He wears you down with the body shots. He's got super work rate. And throughout the fight, so Zhilei Zhang, he would land the occasional big shot. He's got fast hands for a big lump, Zhilei. You know, and he would be one of my favourite heavyweights. And he's got a huge head, which is why I thought Kabayel would win on points. Yeah, but I was wrong. Because I didn't put into effect, I didn't factor in his body work. You know? Zhang basically got worn down with body shots. Now in the 5th round, Kabayel was dropped. But as I said, Zhilei Zhang has hardly stopped anyone after the 4th round. Okay? In his entire career, he bangs you out in 1 or 2 rounds generally. Yeah? Or he goes a distance. If you look at his record, He's TKO'd Joe Joyce in the 6th round. Deontay Wilder in the 5th. And apart from that, it's either points or KO 1-4. And a lot of one-round KOs. He once had 6 first-round KOs in a row. I often said, I can't believe they didn't push him earlier. Well, I know the reason for that. And the reason for that is he did not bend over and join the society till later. If you look at his Instagram, there's all these pictures of him, right? With a fan wearing a dress, giving a secret society handshake to Shaquille O'Neal, who's an admitted Mason, right? Okay. So that's when his career started to pick up. He had to sell out, and he did. Anyway, back to the fight. So, I mean, Kabayel was working the body. He's got super body work, super work rate. And in the early on, Zhang was hitting him with a few big shots, but not much was happening. There was just nothing much happening, right? And he was taking the shots well, Kabayel. I mean, obviously the guy Agaron Samichi or whatever, caught him early, caught him with a good shot. But he didn't put him down, but he was taking Zhang's shots until the 5th round. Now, that shot obviously hurt him. Zhang can bang, and he's got fast hands for an enormous lump. But the Kabayel knockdown, if I rewatched it, he is hurt, and he takes a step backwards, but he kind of falls over his own feet. It's a legitimate knockdown, but it wasn't like a bad knockdown, if that makes sense. And he kind of got up, Kabayel, and went off went back to what he was doing. And in the 6th round, he dropped Zhang. How many times did he drop him? Twice? I think he dropped him twice. And Zhang, I think, took the full 10 count. He took the full 10 count on his knees. He said later, I gave it everything. I just run out and blah, blah. Well, whatever. I mean, some people say Zhang quit. And that's possible. He's 41, and he's getting his body worked over by an aggressive, violent Kurd. And he just took away his will to fight. It took away his will to fight. The body shots are horrible. They'll just suck everything out of you, out of your soul and your body. I mean, do I think he quit? I think he could have got up, yes. But I think he was utterly spent. Typical Zhang, he blows his beans early and then he just isn't that effective. But that was an amazing win by Kabayel. As I said, not a lot of people saw the stoppage. I thought it'd be on points, but I discounted Kabayel's bodywork. Anyway, but I put a bet on Kabayel anyway at tenor at 2.75. So that was a nice win. And on he goes. He's now the WBC Interim World Heavyweight title. I know these interim titles are such a joke. Like I said, they're only set up so that the TV can pretend they've got a vague world title, and so that the WBC, WBO, whoever the organizations are, they can just pretend. Well, no, I mean they pretend that they have a title. They don't care about that. They can take a huge sanctioning fee. They get a nice slice so they can rub their hands. Because no one goes, oh, this guy's a legend. They were interim world champion. I mean, the Big Bang has been WBO interim world heavyweight champion. He's now fighting for WBC interim champion. He's never had a proper shot. And he had something called the WBO Oriental Heavyweight Championship, which he won by beating Andrei Rudenko. He's from Ukraine. Now, to my knowledge, Ukraine is not in the Orient, but hey, whatever. They don't really care about that. You remember they invented the ridiculous WBC Francophone title, which meant anyone whose country spoke French, anyone who spoke French could fight for it. It's just a joke. You've had guys like Prince Patel win the African title. I don't have a problem with that because I like the Prince and he was basically fighting out there, so whatever, no problem. But the German Kabayel, the alleged German Kabayel, really did a number on Zhang. It was a great win. I want to see him get a title shot. He's 32. Yeah, he's 32. Maybe you can tell Zhilei Zhang what doctor he uses though, because his work rate is amazing. I can't remember a heavyweight with such a good work rate, but we'll see what happens with him. We'll see what happens. Kurdish power defeated Chinese power. Sorry, not Kurdish, but German power defeated Chinese power. Anyway, on to the next.